Today I want to talk about the shit people say to stop you from achieving success in life. And now why this is so important is because if you entertain the ideas, opinions, advice, and like beliefs of other people, it's going to lead you to molding your own life to be the way that 99% of lives go through. Now, why I'm credible to talk about this topic is because I went from being in debt last summer, 2024, to scaling my digital product business to 30K a month in 2025 and living my absolute dream life. Having the luxuries, the money, the women, the traveling, the good stuff. Now, before I give you the things that people say that you probably already know in your head, I'm going to give you some mindset shifts so you conceptualize everything in a better way. The first thing that you need to understand is that the opinions of 99% of people are going to lead you to a life of 99% of people. This is very important. If you understand this concept in your head, each time somebody says dumb shit to you, like a guy that you wouldn't swap lives with, this is gonna occur in your brain and you're gonna remember this concept. Now, how this happens, now I know this sounds like fucking crazy, like how can the opinions like lead me to a life of the 99%? Is because on the left side you have you're a normie, maybe you don't have a business, maybe you don't have things going out for you, but if you're watching this video, you're definitely on the right path and I respect you for that. Now this is you. And on the right side, you have most people stuck in a box, a paradigm. They have fake beliefs, bad limiting beliefs, bad opinions, bad advice, bad life experience. Everything is terrible. And they usually, like most people, just want to tell you their opinion. Like, I have never in my life seen so many unimportant people trying to give advice and trying to voice out their opinion. Like, nobody gives a fuck, bro. But if you're a guy that cares about that, if you're a guy that puts in energy towards the things that people say, and if it's coming from a guy that's not important, not a guy that you want to swap lives with, it's even worse. If you care about them, if you care about the opinions, or in other words, if you put in energy towards it, it's gonna shift your mindset so much, but you can't even conceptualize that. It's gonna happen subconsciously, which will lead you to taking action according to the caring that you did, according to the beliefs and opinions. You're gonna take action and you're gonna live a shit life. I guarantee you none of these people that watch this video wanna live this life. I have friends that have 9 to 5s, but the friends that I do know that have 9 to 5s love their fucking 9 to 5. They love their job, they love what they're doing, and I respect them for that. There's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. But if you're watching this video and don't want that, and if you care about these opinions, and if you let yourself take action that's gonna lead you to this point, then you're a fucking dumbass. But I hope to change that in this video. So this is the first concept. The second concept is that everyone is out to sabotage you. Now this sounds fucking like crazy thing to say, but like even your family, even your mom, friends, everybody you know that is not living the life that you want to live is out to fucking sabotage you. Now I'm gonna explain why. I don't have an image right here, but like last year when I was working in a co-working space, because I wanted to like work with my friends face to face because it was easier to be accountable and productive, I would go at 6 a.m. bro, and like stay there for like 10, 12, 15 hours depending on how much tasks we had. And I would like basically be away from home for the whole day. And by the end of the work session, I would usually go to the gym, which is another like 1 to 2 hours. And then when I get back home, like either everyone is asleep or like everyone is going to sleep. And I don't even have much time to like speak to my family. Like that sounds fucking sad, but like in the contrary to what I've achieved, I'm not a bit like regretful about that. Now in that period, why this is important for this mindset shift is that everybody, and I mean everybody like that I know in my house was telling me like, oh, you don't have to work today, it's okay, like why don't you work at home? If I listened to that shit, I understood this concept. If I listened to that shit, those days that I wouldn't go to work or like work at home, which was like fucking terrible, those would like compound it to me not living the life that I'm living right now. People want to sabotage you unconsciously, subconsciously, because think about it like this. Primally, like your brain is primal. If you see people, like most people see others that want to elevate out of the position that most people are in, and when they see that, they get resentful, they get like fucking, I don't know, they get weird feelings and emotions about it. They don't want to see that. People that are stuck in shit lives understand that they live shit lives, but they don't want the people that they recognize, that they know personally, go out to that situation. They don't want to see that because it just puts the pressure on them to, like, you showcase to them what they could have done, but they didn't do it. So they feel fucking like terrible about it. Now, of course, my mom and my family wasn't feeling this way because they didn't know what I was exactly doing. They just want the better for myself. And like your family, if you have a good family, always want the best for you. Now, the concept and the perception of what's best for you in your mom's head is not the thing that's best for you in your own head. So your mom like thinks about it like this: I want the best for my son. I don't want him to suffer. I want him to go to high school, go to college, get a job. Sounds pretty fucking easy. And that's her way of seeing what's best for me. But I don't see that as that. I see what's best for me was like going through this period, suffering, being broke. I understood that very well. Being broke, but I know that's gonna mold me into the person that I am right now. So people do this usually unconsciously. Now, if you have friends that like do it fucking like being, I don't know, resentful, like being fucking hating about you, about the things that you want to do, that's fucking terrible. But most of your family members are gonna do it subconsciously because they want the best for you. And you need to have the self-control to analyze that situation, to analyze what they're saying to you, and still have the willpower to go against it. Because I didn't feel good like going every day, not seeing my mom for like a week because I just didn't have time to see her. But I understood that was the best for me in that situation. So definitely keep this in mind. Everyone is out to fucking sabotage you. Now, how this works is like you have these retards. Most of the people that you know are retards. They're gonna say stuff like, nah bro, you don't have to work that much, it's okay. Don't have to work. Like, that's fucking terrible. They're gonna say like, oh, you don't have to work. We're gonna go party, drinking, we're gonna go have some fun. Now they want to use you in those situations. Usually, like, please understand that most people have friends that just use each other in a bad way. Like, most of you guys have friends that you just use for having fun and not actually being their friend, like being loyal to them, giving them advice, wanting the best for them. Most people have friends just for the sake of having fun with them. You can think about this in your own life. Like, how many times do you have a friend like, and the only time you hang out or have fun is when you go fucking drinking or when you go partying or whatever you do? But how many times did you actually like call your friend, like tell them, yo bro, I hope you're doing good. Do you have any problems in your life? Probably fucking never, bro. And that's fucking sad. And I hope this conceptualizes in what a situation you are in. So, these are the mindset shifts. Now I'm gonna give you the actual brain rot stuff. We're gonna get some brain rot. The first thing that people say, you gotta live life, bro. Now, this is the most craziest one in my opinion. Like, people that say you gotta live life, I guarantee you, I put my fucking hand out. You can cut my hand off. That people that say this shit usually live the most boring lives. They usually just indulge in Netflix, short form, play video games, watch sports, I don't know, like work for a year, then save up some money, go on a beach, go on a holiday. And this is what people say, you gotta live life, bro. You gotta live life. And people, especially the people that say this to you, are usually older and they usually just finished college, got a job and like got a wife. And they usually say this shit, you gotta live life, bro. Because their concept of living life was this, bro. And their concept of living life is not this, because that's too hard. This is what their concept of living life is. Now, if a guy came up to me that I know and said to me, you gotta live life, bro. And I look at his situation, he was like, I don't know, fucking climbing Mount Everest, traveling every week, living for $10 like a day, $100 a month, like some crazy shit. Like, he's actually getting the experiences in life. But I never met that guy, and I guarantee you that you're never gonna meet that guy either. Most people that say this are living this life. And if this is their perception of what living life is, bro, you're cooked, bro. You gotta cut that guy off, bro. So this is the funniest shit people say, like, you gotta live life. That's crazy shit. The second thing is, now this pisses me off, like, this fucking pissed me off so much because, like, I finished high school a week ago and I, of course, didn't sign up for college or uni, whatever you want to call it. But when I'm actually the only guy in my class from high school that didn't sign up for college. Everybody else went to college or are gonna go to college, but I didn't. So I'm gonna be an exception. I'm gonna be that guy, like, oh, I dropped off to high school and got rich. But basically, people usually said this to me when I told them, like, I don't want to go to college, like, I just finished high school, I don't want to go. And people usually say college is the best period of life, bro. College is the best period of life. We're gonna meet so many people. Now, why do the people say that? It's because people that went through college lived this fucking life. They studied a bit, had fun with their friends. Probably, like, if a guy that was like 10 out of 10 in all of his classes, like the best fucking student ever in that university, told me this, I would consider that shit. I would, like, think about, like, maybe this guy's speaking the truth. But the guy saying this shit is usually the like a mid-level or low-level grade, like, uni student that just got through by, like, fucking ChatGPT and, like, studying a bit, but most of his time was taken up by having a part-time job, drinking with his friends, going to the holiday once a semester or some shit. But, like, if a guy came up to me and, like, he was like a 10 out of 10 student that, like, actually put in his best and said college is the best period of life, I would, like, think about, I mean, bro, this guy studied so much, he's the best guy. How did he have so much fun? This gotta be true. But no guy's ever said that to me, and no guy's ever gonna say that to you either. So this is bullshit too. Don't listen to this. The third thing is, now this is another, like, really pissing me off point, but, like, people love to say, don't be so X. Now people say, don't be so ambitious, don't be so arrogant, don't be so confident, don't be so obsessed. Now, I don't want to, like, get on a tangent here, but, like, people that say this shit are, trust me, I trust you with my whole life, that people that say this shit, don't be so X, usually want to be that X or have that state of emotion as X. So, don't be so ambitious. People that say this usually want to be ambitious as you. Don't be so arrogant. They want to be arrogant because they want to have experiences that justify their being of arrogant. Confident, especially this. Obsessed. Now this may be a bit lesser because people associate being obsessed with hard work and, like, suffering. And trust me, like, when I tell you, like, that the most people don't want to go through those periods. They don't want to be obsessed because they know that's hard. And being obsessed means you're gonna sacrifice a lot and go through the bad periods, and most people don't want to do that. But what most people do want to have is confidence, being arrogant, because if you're arrogant, that usually means you have life experiences or status or power that justify that arrogance. Or ambitious. People want to be ambitious, bro. Like, if you come up, like, in the street, if you ask a random guy, like, what's your most ambitious goal? They're gonna say, oh, I wanna be so rich, I wanna have a beautiful wife. But that ambitiousness is fucking lazy and fake. Like, most of the time it's fucking fake, because people's ambitiousness is usually just a lottery ticket. Now, that sounds kind of weird, but, like, people that say they're ambitious and they want to get rich and, like, have these things, they just hope that one day it's gonna fall from the fucking sky. And guess what? It's never not. People that won the lottery ticket usually blow it away really fast and live shit life, even worse lives after the lottery ticket than before. So, and I hope and I'm pretty sure that God is not gonna send you a Lambo from the sky. So, don't listen to this either. Like, people that say this shit, like, just cut them off. Now, the fourth thing is, money doesn't buy happiness. Now, I personally did not hear this from, like, somebody that I know personally, but I just hear it online all the time. Like, people that say this stuff usually have really low amount of money in their bank account, and they actually never experienced having a lot of money. So they are usually speaking from their ass and not from their experience. And trust me when I say, I usually, like 99% of the time. Now the fourth fucking thing is, money doesn't buy happiness. Now this is the funniest one of them all, because people that say this stuff usually have very low amount of money in their bank account, and they usually never experience having a lot of money. So they're speaking from their ass, which immediately makes you think, why would I validate this opinion? This guy is not speaking from experience, he's speaking from his ass, bro. So why do people say this stuff? They say this stuff because they never had a lot of money, and when they see you having a lot of money and having fun, people just immediately assume that you don't feel happy, that you're pretty sad, because the only thing going for most people is just being happy with what they have. And when they see you basically being in a higher status or power level than them, now this sounds like some fucking Clash Royale terminology, but like, people that see you elevating in life and you having money and the happiness and everything, and they usually just have happiness and not a lot of money and not a lot of status, they want to try to like be on the same level as you by saying this stuff. Now the fifth thing is, be realistic. This is a really common thing. Being realistic nowadays just means like, I don't know, like going to fucking college, getting a job and that stuff. Like, be realistic. This is a really common phrase that people say, because when they see you having ambition, seeing you having big goals, they immediately get scared, because if they know you as a person and if they know that you have the capabilities, the mindset, everything to achieve those ambitions, they get really fucking scared and they don't want to see that. Trust me, most people that you know in your life, except your family members, usually don't want to see you succeed, because it's fucking scary for them, because it puts them on a spot and it shows them what they could have done and they didn't do it. So be realistic, don't listen to this. Basically every fucking thing in this like presentation, just do the opposite. Like, people say that money doesn't buy happiness. I was pretty fucking happy living these experiences. Now I may not look like it by these pictures, but like I was pretty fucking happy having these photos taken and like living these experiences, eating good food. So people that say all of these things, just like do the opposite of that. Think about the opposite. Now the sixth thing is, you've changed. People that say this are usually the people that never change. And when they see you change most of the time, change is associated by you elevating. Sometimes it can be associated by you declining if you like start doing drugs. But if they are not probably gonna say you've changed, they're just gonna cut you off. So people that say you've changed, that's a good sign, because if they have so much emotion that they have to say it to you that you've changed, that means you elevated a lot, and that's good. Because in life, in business, you gotta grow all the time, and you're gonna be a changed person 6 months from now, 9 months from now. You're gonna look back on yourself and you're gonna think, what a dumbass I was 6 months ago. And that's good. That means you're making progress. And the people that say this usually don't make any progress in life. That's why you see people living this life constantly, never changing their environment. When I guarantee you, 10 years from now, when I look back on this video, and when I look back on my Instagram profiles of my friends, 90% of them are gonna be living the same exact fucking lives, which is fucking sad. But you gotta be changing it all the times, and please don't listen to this stuff. And also another point that I've seen recently is that the average fucking first home buyer in America is 38 years old. Think about that stuff. Like, this is a side tangent, but like, imagine the average first time home buyer being 38. The average age is 38. Shit has fucking changed, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not that old. I'm like 19. I don't know how things were back in the day, but I'm a sure hope so it wasn't like the average 38-year-old is buying a house then. That's fucking crazy. Don't, please, like, understand that these things that people say, each opinion somebody says to you, just look at their life, look at the things that they're doing day to day, and think about, do I really want to listen to the opinion of this guy? Do I really want to swap the lives with this guy? Probably not. So please stop listening to the opinions of 99% of people. The only guys that you should be receiving opinions from is your mentor, the people that succeed in your industry, the people that you look up to. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be tied into business, but like, if you're a religious guy and you listen to the opinions of religious people but are shit at their spirituality, don't listen to those guys. Listen to your like uncle that has been praying all day, that has a strong connection with God. Listen to that guy. Don't listen to the fucking retards. You can conceptualize this and extrapolate it to any point in your life, anything you're doing. Don't listen to the 99%, bro. It's gonna lead you to a shit life. I'm speaking from my experience, from my heart, because I noticed when I started listening to that shit that it changed my actions. And also another thing I want to say about being ambitious and being realistic. Most of you guys don't set big enough goals, because when people usually say, like, when you tell them your big goals, they usually say, oh, tone it down a bit, like that's too big of a goal. But you know what happens in that moment when you listen to the opinion and when you set a smaller goal? Little goals lead to little action, and big goals will lead you to a bigger action. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. Now that's all for this video. Follow me on Instagram. I got verified, bro. I'm now serious on the fucking Instagram game. I'm spitting like short form content, reels. Soon enough, I'm gonna make some fucking brain rot, like probably. I've been spitting out some videos. It's been going good. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a pretty short fucking video, but I hope I got some value to you, and I hope it was fucking fun to listen to it. Have a nice day, boy.